Hello everyone, this is Rick Fortuna with KC Sports. This is going to be my version of week 4 of The Office. You'll probably see a couple other versions because everyone's working from home this week with the stay-at-home order. Obviously, we are very anxious to get back on the ball fields and get some baseball played in this city. One of the things I want to show you is a couple things in my office. A lot of times people say, hey, how did KC Sports get started? What were you doing? What made you think about getting in the tournament business? I started coaching as a volunteer in 1983. I was 19 years old, and my younger brother, Wally Fortuna, who works here as VP with USSSA and state director, he was 15 years old. His team needed a coach, and for some crazy reason, I decided to volunteer and be the head coach. And that was 1983, and I coached every summer for the next 32 years. So I've spent a lot of time on the ball fields with a lot of different players. There was one team I coached called the KC Wildcats from 1991 till 1999 when the guys graduated from high school. So I coached them for about 9 years. I want to show you a couple jerseys from a couple of those guys who actually made it to the major leagues. They're both great guys. Tommy Hotovy, who's pitching coach of the Chicago Cubs, is one of them. The other one is Sean Markham, who spent about 9 years in the major leagues pitching for a couple different teams. So we're going to walk into my office and I'm going to show you their jerseys. There's a couple things I have on my wall. So here's Tommy's jersey. He was nice enough to sign this and give this to me a few years ago. Tommy spent a little bit of time with the Kansas City Royals. He was drafted by the Boston Red Sox out of Wichita State, and then spent time in the Red Sox organization until he was called up with the Red Sox, and then traded to the Royals, and now is currently pitching coach, like I said, with the Chicago Cubs. Great guy, great ball player. Very happy for him and his family. Over here is Sean Markham's jersey. Sean was drafted out of Missouri State, and he went to high school at Excelsior Springs. Spent 9 years in the major leagues. He was with Toronto Blue Jays originally, then with the Mets and the Brewers. He's now a high school coach at Liberty and over at Excelsior Springs. Another great guy, great talent. Played for a team, the Kansas City Wildcats, like I said a little bit earlier. Over here is a little bit more stuff of Sean's on the wall. So this is part of my office. Obviously, my office is all about baseball. Down here is the family part. We talk a lot about family and baseball here at KC Sports, and sort of take a look at my office, and that's really all that there is in here. It's either some old-time baseball memorabilia from all my years as a coach, or there's something to do with my family, or both. In 2000, when my oldest son turned 5 years old at the time, I started coaching my boys. So I coached from 1983 until 2000 as a volunteer coach for different teams. And during that time is when we started running baseball tournaments, more as a fundraiser to raise money to travel around, and that turned into KC Sports. And then eventually in 97, that's how USSSA Baseball started. We started USSSA Baseball here in Kansas City. So I am going to let you go, but I'll probably spend some more time in the upcoming weeks talking about the history of KC Sports, the history of USSSA Baseball, show you a little more things I have in my office. And until then, we'll see you next week.